It's Brian Preston, the Money Guy.
In 1996, there were 3.5 millionaire households. That was about 3.5% of the population in the United States. In 2017, this is what I think blows the critics up. This is the part where, because everybody's always telling you, no, you can't do that. Because I think it's a coping mechanism. Why do we watch The Bachelor and Bachelorette? It's because we like to see dysfunction because it makes us feel better about our own relationships. It's the same thing when you're a critic, I think, in the financial world, is that you like to poke holes when somebody gives you the roadmap to success, because if you have any failures in your life, it gives you a great coping to say, hey, of course you can't do it. The system's stacked against you. That's why people do that. It's so much easier to fall on the negative side of things than to actually find the path forward, the positive side of things, the glass half full. But here's the stat. So 3.5 million households in 1996. 2017, that number's 11.5 millionaire households, 9% of the population. Now, a lot of you guys are going to say, well, inflation. Well, we all know there's a reason that the over 3% wage inflation we're seeing now is getting so much, people are talking about and stuff. We haven't had as much increase of things. And I think, Sarah, you even showed in your research, 1 million in 1996 is now the equivalent of what, 1.5 million according to your research?
Yep.
So that number is phenomenal. How many more? Yep. And that's why it's not a zero-sum game. You can do this, guys. It's not like somebody has to lose for you to become successful. You can, if you follow these steps and you talk about these things. We just did that show, Sarah, on the habits of the successful, and we used a portion of I think it was page 159, where I was just talking about how millionaires spend their time.
You have the page numbers memorized.
Well,
that is
Sarah,
remarkable.
I hung out with this book.
I don't even have the page numbers memorized.
I've been hanging out with your book, if you can't tell.
Hey, just so you know, if you are somebody out there, because what's so funny is there's a live chat going on in YouTube right now. If you haven't had a chance to watch us live on YouTube or Facebook, there's a live chat feature. A lot of folks are saying, hey, I'm going to add this. I'm going to add this book to my purchase list. I'm going to add it to my reading list. I can't wait to jump in. That's awesome. We're actually going to give away some of these books too.
Yeah. So hang in there. And if you, by the way, anybody, and Lisa, I hope that's our content manager. I hope I don't screw this up. Everybody I want you to sign up, give us your email address, and we plan on doing of everybody who's on our subscriber list. I don't want to alienate our people who are existing email subscribers, but everybody who's part of our email list, we're going to do some raffles and give away at least 10 of these books. So I want you, if we don't have your email address, what are you doing? Get us your email address so you can have a chance of getting a free copy. We all love free. Free's good.
Free is good.
Let's go into the portrait of Millionaire Next Door, because I thought this was great. And just because I'm nerdy, and I'll tell you, and look, I want y'all to know, I'm going to be giving away a lot of the stuff I saw in Sarah's book, and Sarah's seen my notes, so she knows I'm not giving away. But it's only probably a tenth of what's actually in this book. So I don't want you to think, well, I don't need to go buy the book because Brian just gave me all the thoughts. That is not the case.
No, you still need to go buy the book. Sarah, isn't that right?
No, I just don't want, because Sarah's been so generous letting us talk about this, I don't want you to get the wrong idea with this. But I do think it's important to look at what does the portrait of the Millionaire Next Door. And this is part... And this is going to sound counterintuitive at first, but I'll let Sarah kind of give some color to it. We're mostly 61-year-old men who either married or remarried. More than 80% of us believe our spouses are critical factors in our economic success. And by the way, I left out some stats there. So 87% are the mostly 61-year-old men, 87% are married, I should say, 69 in their first marriage, and then 25% remarried. So that age, should people be put off by that age any? Sarah, what are we supposed to think out of that?
Yeah, no, this again, if you look in the back, we kind of describe how the data was collected and the sampling and all of that. No, this is just kind of when the age piece here is more of a sampling issue. So think about the fire community. If we did the same kind of study with individuals like that, it would be a very different number. But I think this is pretty consistent when you look at other studies that look at affluent individuals. We've had questions about, well, why are there so many men? And, I can't really answer that question because they were, random kind of, again, sampling. And we asked for the individual that was, kind of in charge of managing the household finances to complete the survey. So for better or for worse, that's what we ended up with.
I pointed out the age because I thought one of my takeaways. Now you'll tell me if I've blown it and gone in left field somewhere. But one of the things
that would be so unlikely.
Well, no, but one of the things I think I pointed out that age is because, and not to be Debbie Downer on people, that these people are a bunch of old men, old guys that have the money, is that it does take a while to build wealth. I think so much in society is put out there that you got to be, as your father so well put it, is you have to be like Mick Jagger or hit the lotto or sign some big baseball contract. That's not how most millionaires get it.
Right.
Most millionaires get it by the principles we talk about on the Money Guy Show, and what you have in your book is that you start early, you save often, and you're just consistent, and then one day you wake up and you realize that army of dollar bills has turned into something pretty spectacular, but it does not happen overnight.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here's another point I wanted to point out. Our median income in the previous year was $250,000. Our median net worth is $3.5 million. Compared to the average American, we earn 4 times as much. Okay, that's a leg up. I understand that, having 4 times as much income. Yep. But listen to this. While our net worth is 36 times the average. So yes, their income is up, but you think about that, the exponential difference between income, their net worth versus income, that means that they're really good with their resources. Right, yeah. That yes, they make a good income, but they're also really good at making sure things are falling in the right spot. Go ahead, Sarah.
No, I was just going to say, absolutely. I think it goes back to some of the things we'll probably talk about later, including, just the basics like budgeting and planning and knowing what's going on in your financial life, being aware. Those kinds of things are really what we see that differentiate individuals that are successful at this versus those that, struggle with it.
Sure.